Welcome back, viewers and listeners, to Rambo Kanambo, the unapologetic dancehall voice. And today, we're going to talk about Kartel and his influence and recent release, and whether that influence and the antics so I'm going with, if that good for dancehall or it's just good for Vybz Kartel. Now, if we don't know who is Vybz Kartel, no, as myself, probably I live under a rock, but Vybz Kartel, who everybody right now, or almost everybody, are crowned king of the dancehall for all kind of reasons. Right? The last time we hear about king of the dancehall, and I think Sean Paul did give a better reasoning as to who are the king and in which aspect, right? And Sean Paul, they break it down like this and say, Beenie Man get crowned king of the dancehall, right? Him get crowned. Kartel are the people them king of the dancehall, right? People them say Kartel are king. And him classify himself as the international king of dancehall. I think that undisputed. I think nobody in them rightful mind can disagree with that. Say, Sean Paul are the undisputed international king of dancehall, because nobody, unless you are Bob Marley, no do where we see Sean Paul do. Because all of it, at least most of it, there for witness. Sean Paul is there everywhere. MTV, BET, Grammys, you name it. Sean Paul do all of that, regardless of if him did sign to a label or not, because that are the beating stick with him normally used to be Sean Paul. Same sign to a label, and the label this and the label do that. But what was it going on with Shensia and Coffee? Debunk a whole heap of that. Because like me say, the dancehall artists them, most of them not really attractive to an international label. And a label not just sign an artist just for sign an artist's sake. Them sign an artist for really and truly make money. So the artists make money whilst the label make money. Right? So if you can't make the label money, they're not going to even look at you. But that are the beating stick. That are the stick they use to beat Sean Paul with, same sign with the label. So them basically I use the label for discredit all of Sean Paul achievements. I think that unfair, but that's how people look. People use that, right? And then give more credit to a person who never have a label, but them have a career, right? Never have a label, major label signed to them have them own label. And while that is great, we cannot use it to discredit a next man because him choose not to, or the label them choose not to sign one next man. Right? But as you know, Kartel do all interview. Mr. Kartel pan interview with I think a Hot 97. If I'm a Hot 97, a Breakfast Club. But him do two recent interview with the two of them entities. And him basically I say, boy, him are the king because I'm influenced. Right? Him say I'm the king because I'm influenced. Now, while we can't deny Kartel influence, because Kartel have influence, right? While we can't deny it, if Kartel just say, because I'm influenced, and furthermore to him also said in the interview, say, if you see, if people say him and Sean Paul on a street, a walk like opposite street, them would have more for recognize Vybz Kartel as opposed to for recognize Sean Paul. Now I find that very scary and very ludicrous for him even to come say that what I'm out like that. Because if him go say nobody not go recognize Sean Paul, but I go recognize him, boy, We find that, hey, anyway, him say, we are going to leave that right. So. But him said that. So, in a film reasoning, he must say, him influence and everything with the newer generation of dancehall artists and what have you, right? That make him the king. Now, for somebody who, like a Sean Paul and all, where have all them accolades, including Grammy Awards, where Kartel don't have. For him say, him no mention nothing about that, and really and truly, if somebody ever have a criteria, right, for use that as the base to them argument, for say why them are something, them not gonna use something to disqualify them. So, me not expect Kartel for say anything about no awards or whatnot, right, because that gonna disqualify him. But if you are reasoned correctly, you cannot discredit the awards when win, which includes the Grammy. That's why I'm say, being a man up to this day, I go still, when the argument come up, being a man, I go hold up him Grammy, and I go say, who have this? And only few man I go can show up them and say, I do. Right? And Sean Paul, one of them, Vybz Kartel is not. So, him now go win in that case. Right? So, him never bring up that. Right? But we if we are reason correctly, we need to bring it up. Right? Because if Kartel did have a Grammy, I am sure Kartel would not leave that out. Say, hey, I have a Grammy. I have this. He would have added to whatever else him have. For make him case as to why him are the king of dancehall. He wouldn't leave that out. So we have to add that in, and we have to remind ourselves, because if we follow the narrative out there in a social media and on YouTube where everybody has said, would I forget all of that? I would have just run with it, say, boy, Kartel are the king, end of the story. But we not gonna do this, right? We not gonna do it over here, so. Right? Because, as I say, Kartel wouldn't leave out that if him did have it, if him did win one. Just one, him name not for win two, just win one Grammy. And him wouldn't leave that out. Right? And when we look on all of this now, and with all of what going on with Kartel since him release, that just bring me to where I say now, if all of what Kartel are going with, if it's good for dancehall or if it's just good for Vybz Kartel. Because to the amount of people when I say a flock to Kartel and one, everything them a report on Kartel, because Kartel a hot topic, you know. Especially in the diaspora, and if you're a content creator on any platform in the diaspora, if you mention Vybz Kartel, people are going to flock to you, whether them like Vybz Kartel or not, right? So you're bound to forget a viewer, whatever the case may be, right? People are going to run to it. But everybody right now, I say, I say, boy, them are crown Kartel king. Now, everything as I say, what Kartel do, for me, it's good for Kartel, but it just proves my point as what I say again with dancehall. Because at one point, you know, every artist, you know, did I do what Kartel do, you know. All when time if the artist is great or not, they might do everything. If Kartel bleach, everybody a bleach. Well, almost everybody. If Kartel tattoo, almost everybody again, I do the tattoo thing. If Kartel sing more freaky girl, same. So it's a do as I say, or skip to my law. So that's why Kartel could have even said, if me no shit them can them. Because they look like that. Really and truly they look like that. Right? But all of this when I say Kartel right now, all of it because I want the PR where surround him right now at the moment, and whatever private entity backing him I get right now. Because right now I think some people invest some money in a Kartel. Put it that way. Some people invest some money in a Kartel and they might do everything that them can do for reap when them invest in a cartel, because it's unprecedented. It's unprecedented. As him fly up and get visa, and him there everywhere and anywhere, and every interview and any interview, him do all I interview them, make the rounds them, right? And he must say all of the right things in the interview them, you know. He must say all of the right things. Not when him just fly up, you know. When him just fly up, him just speak with anything will come to his mind. Right now he must say all of the right things then. And if I did the hip hop world him inner, people would answer, oh, him get media trained now. That people would answer, right? So him get media trained now, because he must say all of the right things where him supposed to say in an interview. Right? But like I say, some people invest some money in a cartel and them a make sure say them get their money's worth where them invest in it, because that may very well include them freeing him up from prison and make him get all visa and rate. But like I say, him being free, it not necessarily mean dancehall is safe and it's good for dancehall. Because what my problem is with dancehall, is what I said before, is dancehall lack originality. And if you go back in a dancehall to a place where everybody do a cartel do, then we surely doomed. If everybody are gonna do a cartel do and follow a cartel do, we are doomed. It can't be like that. All that I go do a boost cartel ego further. And if we there in this thing have a boost to our next man ego, I don't know what we're there for. Because this crazy, you know. Everything what I see with surround cartel just crazy. And people like just nasty. People just run with it and regurgitate the same craziness. And then you gotta have some people who can't reason, you know, I go see this thing now and feel like, say, boy, I say, them now can pick out it like how me and say, boy, him can't say that about Champa. Some people now go look on it that way. Some people go say, yeah, man, true, man, him the king because him influences and this and that. Boy, hey, we have a lot to learn as a people. We have a lot to learn. I'm gonna know where to go take for we learn, because the simplest of things like that, and we run with it, and we not vet the information that we get. We not vet it. And that I catch we right now. Critical thinking. Critical thinking I gotta be the death of we right now. Because when we as a people, we not think critically. And this allow them sort of agenda for us infiltrate with society. Because enough of things that did go on in a Jamaican society 10 years ago that never did go on. 20 years ago that never did go on. I mean, also, it never did go on as in like it never there. But whatever did there like that, it never did on the forefront. It was never on the forefront. It was always a back burner, backbench situation. You have a quiet hush in a closet with that. Where everything is open now and out there. Worry sometimes we in people. Worry sometimes. But I'm gonna say on this channel, we're not there for we not create an echo chamber for people that share the same sentiment. So if you have something else to say, you can always leave it in the comment section and tell me how you feel about this. Let me know. And stay tuned, as I say, for more updates and things. So bless up and peace out to who take the time out for listen out, to share this, like it, and who subscribe. Manners and respect.